Hello, 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 everything okay now? Is there something you want to talk about in this one last stream? I say you tell me. Is there somebody that wants to tap with me today? Because I'm going to tap today. I start with one on top of my heart and I have to find. Hmm. So if you want to tap with me, you don't know how to do it. You can actually watch this chart where you can see the tapping points. It's can be relaxing, and it also can help you concentrate better. I have heard. And I was just thinking about trying something. I do it now for a couple weeks or something. So think about change your behavior, thinking about taking care of your health, not letting others walk over you and use you like a stepping stone. Eat well, eat more fruits, eat more plants, go vegan, because that also gives you negative energy. If you are not going vegan, all the negative energy that the animals have with them because they are afraid in the concentration camps to be referred to slaughterhouses. So, please, people, think about it. All the negative emotions, all the sadness, all the sadness, all the panic the animals endure in the slaughterhouses. You also get all the messed up emotions. And if you are not even can watch the things that happening there, why should you actually then support it? Why should you subsidize it? Think about it. Tap with me and think about it. Don't say just stuff just because anybody in your family says it. Be mindful. Choose the side of the victims. Please. Compassion to other living beings is a mark of a civilized society. Things like cockfighting, things like rodeos and zoos, they are all uncivilized behavior. And if that's it is shocking for you or controversial, I suggest you have never watched it from the victim point of view. That's what I think. Because if you have, I for sure that you are not going to make excuses for it. Because you know how it feels. Please, if you have a sense of awareness, if you are not a tool, if you are a good person, awareness if you are not a tool. Imagine how it feels if you are in the position of those animals. If you are torn, if others should after suffering just because you want to eat some stuff. Imagine that you are there, that you are the victim in the scenario, that you are been stolen away from your mother, from your sister, that you are, that anybody makes excuses for things they do to you. Do you not want then that what stops his immoral ways immediately? And if people like me stand up for your right to be free, or people like Gary Yourofsky, or vegans like That Vegan Lawyer, or Joey Carbstrong, people, if you are not a victim, don't imagine it entirely from your point of view. Because if you are not a victim, it becomes pretty easy to mock your victims and label them stupid and dirty. Like I sometimes do. Say to you. If you want to know right from wrong, never watch it from your point of view. Always watch it from the ones who are oppressed. And you are not oppressor. You are not the oppressed. If you're eating animals and vegans call you out on your shit, you are not the one that are one that can ask for any respect, because you are the one that's oppressing others. And if that state point is shocking or controversial to you, please think about it. I am vegan for around the half of my life. I've never felt healthier. Also, I've not ever feel more moral, more civilized. No. What's your excuse? What is your excuse? Peace begins on the dinner table, do you not think? Why should you expect mercy? Why do you think that you have the right to murder other animals, pay people to fatten them up, so that children starve from starvation? You know, around 80% of all the animals that are fattened up for consumption are living in third world countries. Like I said in my videos on my other channel on YouTube, which is called The Mirror of the True. Many times. You can check it out. They're a pretty interesting channel. By the way, I'm now tapping. For the people that know what tapping is. Tapping is kind of relaxation technique. I think the best way to explain what it is. It helps to stress you down. And also it can make you thirsty or hungry. Dependent on your own body. I have actually different channels. I have a channel where I go to game. I have a channel where I am playing with paint and actually drawing. That's my drawing channel. I have a channel where I make cooking videos. So I am pretty busy. I think. Be not afraid to ask a question. Be not and they are afraid. Be not afraid to ask a question. By the way, this is my channel. My other channel, my more activism channel. I do also sometimes Q&As there, and I do videos about environmentalism. For example, like this one, where I am doing this kind of thing because that's the capture YouTube did take for that. You also can see my song about the best diet for Native Americans, their natural diet, and also my other video that I made about it. And also you can see that I have made a video where I explain that I have actually read Malcolm X by EO, and where there are very similar situations between Malcolm X things of Joey Armstrong, since that Joey Armstrong is one animal rights activist, and Malcolm X is also an activist, but he was for blacks. But both were sent to prison. Both were violent criminals before they are starting to become activists for the Pacific Wars. Both have worn violent guns and were violent gun people. So, yeah, that's sad that you are going. I think you are finding me creepy or something like that. I get that sometimes because I look the way I'm doing. So, so, so. Oh, soulmate meditation, I see you are again awake and feel not so sick anymore, that you are only laying in bed. Are you also going to stream today? And for your subscribers, are you doing that today? Yeah. Alright. I not know how long I'm going to stream today, and on the same moment are tapping, but I think I will tap for an hour or something in my own if nobody comes up. Yeah, no. Ah, no. Yeah, and why make you all people sometimes excuses from saying like plants, your plants them? Do you think that animals are vegetarians? Do you think they're only living on air and oxygen? No, they have to eat people, so you kill far more plants if you eat the animals that eat plants than if you eat plants directly. Don't be ridiculous. Don't never go fully retard. Never go fully retard. I'm saying you. No. Yeah, no. I'm now tapping. I have heard it can relax you. So if you have any stress or you fly and fight mode, are you watching this? Then I say you tap along with me. Tap along with me. No. To alleviate your stress, you can think more clearly. No. I am now going to drink a little bit of my banana smoothie. Breathe in, Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let go all the stress. All the stress of your coworkers. All the stress of your friends, your so-called friends. Let them making fun of you. Let them make fun. The best thing is that you are not think you are a fool. Don't be a follower. Be a revolutionist. Become your greatest self by not becoming blind to the criticism of others, but also believing partly in your own chance, your own power to change the world for the better. Because you can, if you truly want. Well, that's rich people, all the gurus. There are also have most of them have started um, somewhere. When it comes to billionaires, there are most likely have gotten a lot of money by from papi and mommy, but when it comes to gurus, most likely not. Some maybe, but the real ones, the real good ones, have come from nothing. Because to understand how it be to have nothing, you must have come from nothing. If you are rich and you been rich born, you most likely not understand how it feels and how it being to be born in poverty. There's a fact. I know some people will criticize that. But think about it. How can you understand a situation where you have never been in, specifically when it is something you cannot imagine if you are. You cannot imagine how it feels to be being born poor if you are being rich, because then you have ever always get anything from your parents. Most likely you're being a spoiled little brat. How if somebody clams in his house and somebody will give you some stuff if you're being born rich. The same thing is with being born in a society where your gender is traumatized as being better than of the other. It is pretty easy to mock anybody if you're playing the victim while you are not the victim. If you are being born in a society that prefers a certain way of looking like and dressing like, then if you don't dress that way, you're becoming judged by that society, and you lose a bit of your privilege. Specifically, also if you are a black person in a white society, most likely you will get some dislike for the way you act and dress. But that does not mean that you have to become passive aggressive and become, in a way, yourself just as worse as them. By the way, I see there is somebody new. I can see you here. So if you want to comment something, please do. As long as you are respectful and not are going to be a vegan troll. Then an anti-vegan troll, I mean. Somebody that trolls vegans. I'm tapping, by the way. That's good for stress relief. I'm That's also good for relaxation, getting a peace of mind. And the peace of mind, because that's weird. If you get a peace of mind, a peace of mind, little piece of mind, somebody. Yeah. But the same is true if you are being born in a black society and you are a white person, because then you are in the minority, and minority groups are often oppressed by the majority, and those majority groups also have often special privileges. For example, if you are being a white man or woman in an Arab society, or like Saudi Arabia, then you are absolutely not privileged, because you are absolutely not safe. If you are white in Saudi Arabia, you are not even close of imagining how dangerous it can be for you in Saudi Arabia. Also, if you are Saudi Arabian, you are a Jew, you be not your life not sure, guys, because there are pretty anti-Semitic, and it's not racism that I say that. That's just a truth. Well, that's just the fact that you know. Tap along with me and think about the stuff I said. You also can comment something, at least if you are being be decent guy or gal. And if you not can comment on my YouTube channel, I will check it out now if you can actually. Yes, you can. I see, you can comment. So be not afraid to ask some question, or maybe you think that I'm crazy, but I also don't care about that, because I'm not a pushover. I don't care much about the opinions of others. I don't care also about your feelings, and you have not so much to care about me feelings, but you have to care about suffering, and if you are truly causing damage. If you are just mean or just being rude. There is a difference between being rude and being mean. When you are rude, you are stating to a position. I'm not mean. I can be rude. When you are saying you are rude, this means that you are staying or putting out the root of the problem instead of walking around and hoping that anybody else see the problem. Malcolm X was pretty rude. He was not mean to the white man. He was right in his face. What the white man did have done in the United States was nasty. Just like what Arab men have done in the Middle East world. And please don't say that Palestinians are so oppressed by the Jews. I've written a whole article about it. And by the way, I'm ready to debate you on that. Or you can just check out my article about that subject that I read, and then I will search for you and put it in the stream so you can find it and search for it. Is there somebody, by the way, that wants to ask a question? What did I just said? Wow, this is weird and embarrassing. I don't know what I just said. Hey, that's bad. Not out to correct guts. Oh yeah, that's weird. Head guts. Uh, can I delete that one? Because it is so strange. I think not. But yep, back to the article that I was searching for. The heavy long article. By the way, the people that are on the stream, even if you watch it later, you can tap with me and relax a little bit or breathe out and in and out and relax. Become regional and not not Let me look which that is. Oh, yeah. Close to 2 years ago, I did do that. What's it now? So now I go to the article because now I know where it is. Yeah. So let me show what the heck. Find it again. So what are you doing now? What are you doing now? Are you awake still? Feeling just as me. This This is my heart open, by the way from the channel. The Palestinian league has testimony when given this photo. It's the name I didn't even know how to go. Before I gonna to destroy your whole Palestinian lungs, it will say the holy long old, just like the rest of the world, don't belong to the homo ridiculous. It belongs to all animals. Some of the hominids' rights personas claim that the Palestinians are the victims of the Zionist Jews of Israel. But the facts are actually in the contrary. The so-called Palestinians and their Hamas government, under command of Ismail and Haniyeh, is playing political warfare. The Palestinians are not in an apartheid. I am surprised if the hypocritical homo nudist right activists understand what apartheid is. What Europeans have done to Africans and Indians, I mean. It is an insult to call what's happening in Israel an apartheid to the blacks. I say it is actually an insult. In apartheid, black people did not have rights at all. Around 20% of the Palestinians, of the population of Israel is Palestinian. Also, the word Palestinian is not even Arabic. It is Greeks. It means the people of the plains. Philistines. In the time of Alexander the Great, around in the year 333 BC, conquered the province of Judea, the home of the Jews, and he called it the province of Judea, the land of the Jews. Hadrius was then actually the guy that called that place Syria Palestina after the Bakr revolt, the last Jewish rebellion against the Greek government in around the around the beginning of the 2nd century. More than 500 80,000 Jews were killed, and many of the scriptures of the Tanakh were burned as punishment, and the Jews were not longer allowed in the great city of Jerusalem, which Hebrews actually wanted to turn into a pagan city, because this was the reason of the Baccarat revolt. I know it is controversial to some of you, specifically you people on the left wing. By the way, I'm not from any political affiliation. I am a truth seeker, and therefore I'm not interested in which is on the right side and which is on the left side of politics. I'm for truth, no matter how says it. I'm for justice, no matter how it says or from which mouth it comes. I'm an earthling and I'm an earthling first and foremost, and therefore I support what benefits the earth and the other all earthlings as one whole. I am not a moderist. I'm not a politician. I'm not a welfarist. I am an environmentalist and I am vegan. Because that's the only way to be a true environmentalist. Since if you are just eating one pound of flesh a week, then you are still using more greenhouse gas you produce than if you are just eating plants. Because, surprise, surprise, the rainforest that is cut to produce that single that hamburger meat flesh produce the same amount of greenhouse gas than you produce when you are driving your whole car for a whole month. Think about that, people. You not can go so delusional that you can say, oh, I'm care about the environment, but I eat corpses because I'm a privileged boy, a privileged girl that live in the first world, and anybody have to respect my position. You don't have the right to say me that I don't can do something, baby. Because anybody have a right to their own opinions, and I have a right to pay people to kill, and that children die from starvation because it is my privilege. Sorry girls, sorry boys. I do what I do, and you can do what you do. It's a free nation. That's not how it works when there are victims in the scenario. By the way, acting in that way is so passive aggressive. Yes, think about it, people. Oh, you there? Are you still in my chat? I was thinking that you was going to become ready for doing stuff. Sorry, I don't can. Sometimes if I go to act in a certain way, I stop tapping because I am then trying to do like a dumb spoiled brat. Yes, people, if they are listening to me, uh, they have then also to tap, because if you are tapping, you can better listen with an open and rational mind. Even by the way, if you are saying that you have the right to torment somebody else just because it is legal in your country, then have a lot of pleasure with Hitler or with Idi Amin, the cannibal president of Suds of Africa, not South Africa, but French Africa. Because he also did not break a law. It was not for him was not illegal to be a cannibal. So how I am talking to nobody. There's nobody on the chat but you. Soma meditation or Soma healing. So I just say stuff and I try to act like I have more followers because that's fun sometimes. My YouTube channel name is actually Vegan SMR Meditations. For the people that want to know that. On that, I'm doing meditation videos and I'm also talking to the camera and tap also some bits. And sometimes I going to talk in a strange way like this. Nightmares that you are creating for yourself. You are the one of your problems, and that's where you ought to be. And go vegan. Stop taking the cruelty. Stop. Stop now taking the life of other living beings and by that consuming their emotions. There are fear when there are in the slaughterhouse. I think I have sent all the links in the chat on the Discord to all my channels. Where are you going to show them then that I did with you? Are you going to say it in the discourse? Soulmate healing? I'm now tapping with this kind of relaxation technique. So if you have a lot of stress or just me, I think also. Hmm? Are you there also? Or, soulmate meditation and healing on YouTube also setting there something? To the ba-da ba-da-ba-dum dum ba-dum. Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I've not so much followers, and because Anna was a weirdo. A weirdo that wears purple wigs. There's also a question of interpretation, I think, sometimes. In a world of weirdos, the ones that are normal are weirdos. In a world of thieves, the only crime is getting caught. Maybe I try, but I've not so much noises until now. I can put my music on it, I think. Um, I'm happy that I have today a voice because another time I did not. Um, how ready are you now, actually? Are you also going to tap, or are you now tapping in your own room, listening to noises that I don't have? Maybe I can show let the water, water. You know the water will going on and will make you wet. Because that's what water does. And not in a dirty way, by the way. No, think about that. You dirty fellows. Do, 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 do. Maybe um, that can be a funny idea. Let me look. How long do I now stream? I'm not going to fall asleep if you don't know. It's not freaking hours with me. Going to sleep such early. I think I will go. No. Start. Maybe I'll come up within an hour or something again. I'm starting to become a bit tired. So, I have to find the button. Oh, there.